Ladies and gents, welcome to reaction. This is our Parrots OP by the channel TierZoo. Yeah, I reacted to the latest Pods tier list video. In that I learned that parrots are apparently badass because not only they have intelligence, which everybody knows about, but they also have this kind of scream which is loud as a gunshot, bullet shot, whatever. Which is, I mean, when I'm trying to process that, like, damn, that is really loud. I mean, I've not seen that many parrot in my life, obviously, but I've definitely not heard them, scream like that. But yeah, parrots are, really intelligent birds, I guess. And then, they can also scream like that. So maybe they are OP. I don't know. I guess we'll see here. Remember, people, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the reaction. I did this link in the description with all of my videos. Check out the cast for the playlist like TierZoo. I've reacted to quite a few TierZoo videos already. So if you haven't seen them, check out the playlist, I guess. Check out the playlist too, like Oli Sarcastic Production, Oversimplified, Internet Historian, CGP Grey. And yeah, let's watch this one.
This video was made in partnership with CuriosityStream.
That's the intelligence.
Despite starting out as a small, niche rogue build from within the dinosaur faction, the avian player base has diversified to an incredible degree. Given that dinosaurs had naturally high power stats, it's no surprise that some birds ended up opting for a DPS strategy. But what is surprising is how many bird players spec'd into high intelligence. The two leaders in this department are the corvids and the parrots, and while roughly equivalent in terms of their base intelligence stat, parrots are far better.
Hold up there. That's very close to max, and I guess max are the humans. Are you sure that's the only difference have between human and parrots? Because I don't know, man. Even with all the intelligence parrots have, is that close to humans? Come on.
And while roughly equivalent in terms of their base intelligence stat, parrots are far better suited to the intelligence playstyle for several reasons. The parrot has a lot going for it, with several powerful abilities complementing its great base stats. So in this video, I'll be going over all of the parrot's signature abilities in order to conclude where their overall place is in the meta. Let's begin with the parrot's stealth. Most parrot players deliberately chose an abysmal stealth level, instead opting for vibrant colors that make avoiding detection near impossible. Lacking camouflage may seem risky for a build with less than impressive defensive stats, and it's certainly not without its challenges. But what this does accomplish is granting the parrot a bonus to all intimidation attempts, as the vibrant colors can surprise and confuse opponents. This strategy is normally only used in builds.
Yeah, or maybe they were so smart that they knew that humans like colors. So they knew that only way to survive is become pet of humans, I guess.
Builds that are dependent on poison for defense, so it's a bit unorthodox for a non-toxic build like the parrot to adopt this strategy. The reason this intimidation strategy was so effective was that it had another complementary ability, the Syrinx Shriek, one of the loudest, most powerful sonic-type attacks in the game, with roughly the same volume as a gunshot. This can easily break the resolve of a nearby player, causing it to flee from battle. For defense, parrots don't really have much to talk about here. Their feathers do offer some protection from crush-type damage, but this is pretty minimal. The fact
I love how, in here, the parrot is shrieking, the cat like, but get out of here. Can you see her? She screams way louder than you. I'm used to this shit.
This is pretty minimal. The fact that parrots have hollow bones means that crush-type damage is actually super effective against them anyway. For mobility, I mean, there's the obvious, parrots are solid flyers. Now, of course, they aren't as agile as, say, goshawks or swallows, nor are they able to traverse entire oceans without resting, like the albatross. But flight is still flight, and because of this, they're able to evade just about any ground-based attack. So why is the parrot's mobility so high? Well, this is because they're also excellent climbers. Flight is usually difficult in dense forests and jungles, as there's a lot of obstacles that a flying player.
I mean, if you want to climb a certain way using your beaks and things, I guess you need intelligence, and they have high intelligence, so they can use their beaks and their, their claws and whatever. I guess in a combination that, they are a great climber, I guess. I mean, we just saw that clip and, parrot was using its beak to climb.
Needs to dodge constantly. But because of the parrot's zygodactyl claws, climbing through a dense jungle canopy is no problem, as they can grip onto most surfaces with ease. For their vitality stat, there's not much worth discussing except to mention that parrots have extremely long lifespans. For power, parrots rank surprisingly high. While not quite as devastating as an eagle's dagger-like talons or a falcon's razor-sharp beak, parrots do still have a seriously powerful bite. Most bird builds have a beak optimized to deal stab-type damage, with the move Peck replacing the move Bite in their moveset. Pecking is faster, has less end lag, and is a better move in most cases. The beak of a
It's like spear for birds, I guess. This is Sparta and just bam.
parrot, in contrast, deals crush-type damage. While not as useful in PvP, this gives them the ability to crunch through tough items, like for example tree nuts, which are worth lots of experience if you can crack them. With that being said, despite its low range, a parrot player can still deal serious damage with their bite if they can land a hit. This is all well and good, but let's be real, nobody is maining Parrot for its damage or arboreal movement bonuses. The main draw of this build is its intelligence. So how good is the Parrot in the role of an intelligence build? Although intelligence is arguably the most powerful stat in the game, high intelligence alone does not a top tier make. A good build needs other useful features to make use of intelligence. The Parrot build has this in spades. What's so impressive about the Parrot is that all of its abilities have secondary effects that synergize extremely well with a high intelligence.
I don't know why I love seeing that. The Parrot knew that there is a weight here, so Parrot moved the weight, and then Parrot got out of the way of the flap because Parrot knows that I have to get in the side to lift the flap because I'm on the flap. You can clearly see intelligence here.
Stat. For example, in addition to being able to deal some pretty serious sonic damage, the Parrot's Syrinx is also a highly versatile communication ability, being able to easily converse with other parrots over short and medium distances. This is invaluable for facilitating team strategies, like for example, requesting reinforcements to help drive away an enemy player with multiple simultaneous sonic attacks, or for warning allies of an aggressive enemy player. Parrots are extremely social.
Damn! So it's not just an offensive type of thing, they also communicate like that. They can call other parrots. Damn, I didn't know that. But that makes them, considering all of the birds, that makes them, pretty good, I guess species or whatever. Pretty good build, I guess, in TierZoo's terms.
And because of their highly effective communication techniques, they can form some of the tightest bonds of any faction. In fact, because of how versatile their Syrinx is, they can even learn to communicate with other, non-parrot players, an ability few have unlocked. But it doesn't stop there. The Parrot's flexible beak and zygodactyl grip, which primarily are useful for climbing, both have the secondary function of allowing the user to grab items or other players.
Get out of here, it's mine.
This is actually one of the main reasons I consider Parrots to be superior to Corvids in terms of their ability to function as an intelligence build, as crows have a much harder time gripping things than parrots do. The reason this matters is that being able to pick up and manipulate objects in the environment is the main requirement for the top tier intelligence ability Tool Use.
Oh, come on, look at that. That's just way too good, isn't it? That can never get old. This thing right here, it still surprises me. This is the kind of thing, if you show me over and over again, it's gonna surprise me every time because this is ridiculous. If people don't watch videos like this and you tell them that actually crows and parrots and everybody do things like this, I mean, they will be surprised, like, okay, that's higher intelligence right there.
Is the main requirement for the top tier intelligence ability Tool Use. While there are plenty of builds with an intelligence stat high enough to allow them to equip tools, many of them lack the actual ability to do so. For example, pigs and dolphins. Parrots are one of the few builds with great general dexterity. Lastly, I want to bring up the Parrot's vitality again, as a long lifespan is a trait that is most beneficial to intelligence builds. Parrots actually have one of the longest lifespans in the entire game, rivaling the elephant and trailing only humans, Greenland sharks, and builds that have the trait negligible senescence like jellyfish and clams. This means that Parrot players have a long time to learn skills, both through independent practice and through the teaching of higher level players. This again sets them apart from Corvids, who unfortunately only have a fraction of a lifespan.
20 years.
The Parrot build has been on the decline lately, as jungle servers get taken down and converted to farms, and as human players capture them in order.
Every time I hear about any species of any animals, they are in decline, they're in decline. Are all species in decline? Because that's just frightening. Because then it's just a pattern that, in few decades or even centuries, most species will go extinct. I mean, that's just frightening, isn't it?
to sell them to other human players who want to add them to their party. However, as with most top-tier intelligence builds, Parrots are highly adaptable, and because of their unique skill set, many of them were able to escape captivity and establish entirely new player bases in several city servers. I consider this to be the hallmark of a top-tier build, to be best spec'd for gameplay in one environment, but able to cope with shifts in the meta and survive in an extremely different environment. To get a more in-depth look at the story of how the Parrot faction has adapted to spread across a range of different city servers, I recommend the documentary Planet Parrot. A lot of the beautiful parrot footage featured in this video is from that documentary, and I consider it to be extremely well made. You can watch Planet Parrot as well as thousands of other excellent titles on CuriosityStream, the premier...
Yeah, people, go to curiositystream.com/TierZoo. I don't know why, Planet Parrot just feels weird, but yeah. Damn, parrots are kind of OP because, it's not just their shriek is gunshot sound, so they will stun most animals, peoples, whatever. But they can also communicate with other parrots like that. They can gang up, apparently. Pack mentality right there. So that must make them good enough build, if not OP. So yeah, I won't say OP, but, good enough build, I guess. But yeah, their intelligence, I guess, if they really want to damage something, I guess they can do it. Because of their intelligence or whatever, and since they can clearly grab on things like sticks and things, I don't know. Alright, people, that was our Parrots OP by TierZoo. If you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the reaction, this link in the description. Check out the cast, please check out the end cards, and I'll see you next time.